Stop being like everyone else, living the same life that everyone else is, and be different. Stop living the same life that you always have been and take action on creating a better one. Today, I will be talking about a couple of things, but mostly about how to be different. Many things that you can do to be different. I've talked about not being an NPC in this life, just someone who is like the average person or someone who is like 99% of the people in this world. You know, bad attitudes, walking around with terrible energy, not creating a quality life for themselves and just letting time pass and go to waste in this life. You know, do you want to have a greater life? Do you want to move yourself forward? Do you want to be the best of the best? These are the things that you have to ask yourself. Things that I have had to ask myself along my journey in this life. You know, do you want to stay average? Do you want to stay okay and accept this average, low quality lifestyle? Or do you want to wake up and strive for more? Do you want to wake up and choose to strive for more and take the action that is required for your success and to attain that? A lot of things can contribute. A lot of things is like work ethic, purpose. But what is really going to separate yourself from the rest is creating a positive self-image. You know, understanding yourself and learning about yourself, creating a personality about yourself and trying to max out all of your stats in this life, or becoming better in all aspects of life. The more wisdom that you have up here, the more that you know about the world, the more tools that you have in your tool belt. That's what I strive to do every single day, is become a lifelong learner. Always be learning from the people who are the best in this life, who have done the things that I want to accomplish in this life, who have proven results for that. Because that's who you want to be listening to. You don't want to be listening to someone who's talking about being successful in a field that they have never even touched foot on. You know, I want to say always believe in yourself. To be different, you have to be yourself. And in times where most people think that they're gonna get judged, you have to just be yourself and live in your own world. You know, have tunnel vision and sometimes live for yourself. You know, develop that peace for your life. Develop that joy for your life. But when most people feel like they're being judged, you be yourself. You be your authentic self, because that is the most times people have been attracted to me in this life, Thomas Tui, is when I have been the most authentic with you guys. My best videos on this YouTube channel has been when I have been my most authentic and I'm going through struggles and I've been myself. This goes along with not putting people on a pedestal, with people, you know, don't act a different way or act a certain way just for someone else because you think that they're higher, or because you were scared about the opinion that they will have on you. You know, you have to live free, live with an abundance. Stop caring so much about what other people think. And that stems from your self-love, because if you don't love yourself, if you don't have your own self-validation, you're gonna be seeking that validation elsewhere for your entire life. You're gonna be living in misery with quiet desperation. And another thing that has helped me with all of this, building a great self-love, building great habits, and just progressing myself forward in life, is creating a great community around you. You know, different communities that you can go into, that you can learn, that you can grow off of, that you can reflect from, that people who have your back, in communities of the same things that you want to do in this life. So I'm not saying that I have fallen away from a few of these communities, but a few communities that has helped me. In the past, I developed a Twitter or X group chat online with more than 30 people where we interact with ourselves and share the success and encourage others. That one has helped me a ton. Church, getting around the people who already have God in their lives and are successful where I want to go. People I can talk to, you know, and I can look forward to and grow relationships. Muay Thai or MMA, 3 places. MMA is where, you know, you meet people who want to get better at the same thing, fighting, learning about all things in this life. Those 3 places have helped me a ton. Which has helped me the most has been the gym. You know, the 4th place is where a ton of people, you know, welcome me. People want to help me at my gym at least, you know, and it's all about growth. It's not about criticism. It's about getting better and facing your fears, putting in the amounts of work that is required for success. It gives me something to look forward to. It gives me people in my life. In my opinion, relationships is what will get you the best quality life, the most fulfilling life, because if you get all these results in this life, you get the money, you get the fame, you get the status, things work out, you don't have any relationships to rely on, you don't have relationships to go on trips with, you don't have relationships to go with or enjoy life with or create amazing memories with, there's no point, in my opinion. You will be left without peace. There will be a missing piece. You acquiring this amazing 10 out of 10 lifestyle for yourself. I want to say, how do you want to be remembered? I talk about these last two things a ton, but it's like if you were walking into a room with someone you're never going to see again. You know, this is the 1% mindset. Most people just go in there, have a terrible attitude. You know, they'll be disrespectful. Some people will laugh at somebody for no reason. But that 1% of people always has that positive optimism, goes in, chest high, you know, treating everyone with respect, everyone with energy, you know, positive energy, encouraging, uplifting people, complimenting people, starting conversations with people, because people are valuable. Life is beautiful, but you have to see that and choose to have the perspective to see life in this way of thinking. And, you know, being that guy who's full of life, who loves life, who is loving the journey. Earlier, this is how my day went. I woke up around 10. I got ready for an eye appointment that was about 40 minutes away in Highland Park, and they dilated my eyes. I had dropped off a hoodie to my guy Dan, shout out Dan, and then I went home, but because my eyes were hurting and so uncomfortable, I had went to sleep. And I went to Muay Thai right after, and we sparred. You know, we got super sweaty. We got back around 8. Now it is 20:37. So we left Muay Thai around 7:45. Now is 20:37. Because we showered and now we're about to go to the gym. You know, I want to be remembered as that person who was always working regardless of how he felt. I'm about to go do something very uncomfortable that is hard. I know that it's going to grow me, and I'm working on building this legacy of Thomas Tui. So don't just have such of a terrible attitude, leave an impact on others, a positive impact. You know, inspire others to do better, be an example for others to do better, to be greater in this life, to not live such a low quality lifestyle and build a life that they will be proud of, because you deserve it, I deserve it, and everyone deserves it. You need to break out of this trap, this loop of living the same lifestyle, the same day, every single day. Stop being average. I already talked about it a lot, but how you treat other people. Even I'm working on it myself, but you always have to be that, having that uplifting positivity, that uplifting personality, you know, that people are attracted to. You know, I walk into the gym sometimes and people see me talk to one person, have a conversation, get out of that, you know, have another conversation, start hitting a workout, see another person, have another conversation, you know, and I'm smiling, you know, because I'm happy to be there. I love interacting with people. I love the grind. I love the pain. I love the suffering. I love working out. You know, I walked into the eye appointment today. I got out of the elevator on the 3rd floor, and the girl was like, "Oh, that's Thomas Tui." I'm like, "Damn right, it's Thomas Tui." She was like, "Isn't that right?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, but presence is so important, but a lot of this is going to come from how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself is so important. What words are you telling yourself? I talk about a lot of this sometimes, but I truly do think people need to hear this, and most people struggle with just being average and accepting a mediocre lifestyle with a mediocre pay, a mediocre girlfriend, and a mediocre life. We need to always constantly be on the chase, the evolution of becoming better.